Tonight's gonna be a good night. That 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 tonight's gonna be a good night. Tonight, let's live it up. I got my money. Let's live it up.
What's up? It's Jomboy and Jake Radio. It is April 10th. It's Wednesday. The Tuesday blues are gone for Jake, we hope. That's Black Eyed Peas. I got a feeling to keep going here with Feelings Week. Jake, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Tuesday's gone with the wind. It's Wednesday. I mean, always some BEP to get you going. Black Eyed Peters.
You like this song?
Not really.
I hate this song.
Not really.
This part right here. Oh shit! This part right here. This all this shit. I hate all that. Fill up your cup. Mazel tov. I've been to too many weddings, maybe. But then I don't think it's that, because like the Justin Timberlake song that we played yesterday is at every wedding, and Ed Sheeran's at every wedding. I still love all those songs. I think I just don't like this song.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really good music, right? I mean, you never be in your apartment and be like, let me turn this on. This is a good track. Like, you'd never do that. Like, if you play that song, there has to be at least 50 people listening to it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. I need to. That's a good way to categorize songs, Jake.
Yeah.
There's something here. How many people need to be in a single room for this song to be played? Like the Cha-Cha Slide, or the Human. What's that song? Where they tell you what to do. Left foot won't stop. Right foot. Left. What's that song? Whatever.
Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
Yeah, like that's got a 100-person need to be in a room for that song.
I don't know. That's kind of I've got that as a play alone in the apartment song.
Imagine, that'd be a funny sitcom scene.
Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
Like a New Girl scene. I walk into the apartment and just Nick is like doing that dance by himself, just practicing.
Sure. Never seen New Girl.
First couple seasons are good. Katie's rewatching it right now, so it's stuck in my head.
Okay.
I only got a couple episodes left of Cheers. I think like 6.
Wow.
I'm so excited. I might crush them all today.
Yeah. Then it's on to Frasier.
No, I can't do it. There's so many shows out right now that I'm not watching that I want to watch.
Frasier's got a really good intro song. I'll say that.
Better than Cheers?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Dude, I mean, that goes back on the music spectrum there. Cheers, like, I don't know. I don't think that's a play along song. The Frasier song's a little, it's different vibes. It's a little jazzy. The Frasier song gives off the vibe of Frasier, Kelsey Grammer, like making a martini alone in his apartment.
Cheers is one of the best theme songs. So let's see what this Frasier song is like. Oh, I know this.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Mercy. Hey,
Gotcha.
Confused. Yeah, maybe, but I got your pegs.
See?
What to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs? They're calling again.
This is it every episode?
Yeah, man.
What is a boy to do?
I gotta run it back.
I mean, that's a good song.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Mercy. Maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe, but I got your pegs.
Yeah, okay. I went in thinking I was gonna not like it, but that's really good.
You're welcome.
I really like call and return within songs for humor.
Okay.
So, I mean, call and return sometimes happens where, like, it's the instrument and talking, like, and then bo 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 da 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 bo 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 bo. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But when one singer's doing it by himself, cracks me up. There's this band called the Felice Brothers. I probably showed you this before. They have a song where he's doing the thing where he's like where they would do it live and they go around and introduce everyone that's on the instrument. But it's in the song, and he goes, and we got Jimmy on the pianos right here. Great talent. And then Jimmy does like 2 seconds of piano. He goes, all right, that's enough. Cracks me up.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right, Frasier's song wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Frasier's laugh cracks me up.
It does get you.
It's really good. Anyway, I'm excited to finish Cheers. I'm not starting Frasier because I can't start another 11 season or show or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah, right. How? Because I like it pigeonholes you to just watching one show. I like watching multiple shows.
There you go.
How was your yesterday?
That was my yesterday. Another tough Yankees loss, which like sets a baseline for what the day can be a little bit. It was okay. It was a Tuesday. Tuesday didn't send the jaws of life at me because I stopped it from the Bob Marley stuff. So that was good. Me and Tuesday we had like a mutual agreement, which was pretty nice. Like we both know we can't be doing this. So I don't know. I'd say yesterday was just like a 5 flat.
5 flat. That is below your average day. That makes sense.
Might be my highest Tuesday though.
Interesting. 5-5. No, you had a 5-5 Tuesday last week.
Okay.
Wow. Best day of your life.
5-5 Tuesday last week? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, 5-5 Tuesday last week, then 2.9, then 2.2, then 5.5 as well. Yeah.
I'm going to have to see the graphs on that. How was your day?
I feel like I didn't do anything yesterday. We did the radio show, did the pregame show. The game sucked. I was in a really, really bad mood from the Yankee game.
Right.
And it kind of sucks because I was in a bad mood Monday night, but we recorded. And recording actually is great therapy because it gets me out of the bad mood when you and I just talk about it and we express all our feelings.
Right.
And when I don't do that, I just hold it all in. And I was in a terrible mood. And I don't think I did much yesterday.
It felt like a little bit of a gap day yesterday. Just, I think more so coming off Monday and Sunday.
Yeah. I'm going like, it's supposed to be like, oh, don't do anything day. But then I hate those days.
Yeah, but it's not because it's still a Wednesday and you still get roped into some little things, or Tuesday.
I know. I wish that.
And even if like we were like, oh, Tuesdays are full off, like that'd be even more bizarre. That'd be my nightmare, but.
I'm going 5 flat as well.
Okay, look at that. First matchup day.
Our averages are almost getting really close. Your average day is a 5.77, and mine is a 5.60. Super close.
Not that.
I have a plumber coming to my house today to fix the sink, the plumbing. That's what he fixes. Because every time we flush, the sink bubbles, like the sink burps, which is pretty gross.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, it's pretty gross. So, and then I think that's all today. Today's going to be a busy day at night because it's a record day, and we might be recording JJR late night. For anyone that watches live, we might be doing a very late night JJR recording. Perchance. We'll see.
Perchance.
The Yankees blew another game to Houston. Sloppy defense and bad bullpen pitching did them in. The Mets lost to the Twins in a 14-8 rout. DeGrom got lit up, Jake. 4 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. Mitch Garver opened it up with a bomb off him. He had a 31-game consecutive streak of 3 earned runs or less. and that is now over. Didn't give up 6 or more runs all of last season in a single start, and that's gone. The Devils and Rangers win the lottery. They have top picks. The Devils had a 11.5% chance of getting a top 3 pick, and the Rangers had a 7.5% chance. They both snuck in and got it. The Blackhawks finished 12th worst, or whatever you want to say, however you put it, and they got a top 3 pick, stole one, and that is the end of the update.
Man, must be tough day in hockey Twitter if the Blackhawks jumped up like that. That's
kind of crazy, huh?
That's a good way to piss off 29 other fan bases.
Get it? Yeah, but good for the Devils and the Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers jumped up, but Jimmy, with Sad Spin Zone on New York Twitter was they don't believe that the Rangers and the Knicks could both have good lottery luck. So they're saying this is a bad omen for the Knicks, that the Rangers moved from 6 to 3, I think.
Nice. That's
no.
Yeah, nice that people think that. I like that people think they counterbalance each other.
Right. Yin and yang, brother.
Yeah. Reading a quote here from the GM of the Devils. He said, "I said the number one thing we needed was more talent."
Yeah. Amen.
Is that what he said in his interview? Hey, as the GM, what would you do for us? I think it's all about bringing in more talent.
You need the best players playing together well. IMO.
And then you could always use more good players.
More of them.
New Jersey Devils won the 2019 NHL Draft Lottery for entering Tuesday night. So how does the NHL do it? 15 teams that did not qualify for the Stanley Cup playoffs are eligible to win the lottery. The NHL uses 3 separate drawings to select teams for the top 3 picks in the draft in an effort to discourage tanking. So it's different than the NBA.
Right.
Would you rather the NBA do this?
I don't know what I'm going to rather the NBA do, man. And this lottery is going to put a weird spin on it. Tanking in the NBA has gotten so bizarre, and we'll talk about it a little bit in the national news. I mean, I'm a little crazy, but I'm almost living in a world where I'm saying if you don't make the playoffs, it's just fully random. That would be the best way to get the best product. And yes, some teams would get caught in like a wormhole where they're in the lottery and they can't get a top 5 pick. But you could also have quicker turnarounds. Like if you have a 9 or 10 seed that's like young and good and they just missed the playoffs, I mean, they could get the top pick in the draft and you could set up that team to be good for 3-4 years. So I don't know. The tanking is so bad, and I've tried to think of the negatives of that. It would be that teams towards the bottom of the playoffs would try to tank out of the playoffs, which is a bad look. Like if a team was going to maybe be an 8 seed and they had to play a 1 seed and they could either get in the lottery or get swept in the first round, they do that. So I don't know. I realize my plan's not perfect, but man, I think this year's lottery is going to be an absolute mess. With you could see like none of the worst top 3 teams get a top 3 pick, which for years they were basically. So it was supposed to be highly likely that you'd get in there, and now I don't know.
Crazy though. That would really be like bizarre odds if none of the 3 got one.
Yeah, but I mean it's all 3 teams have a. Let's go to tankathon.com.
They have a 50% chance of getting a top 3 pick.
Well, it's 14% for the 1 pick. But it's. I don't know. We're going to see the new system this year. I mean, the Knicks have the worst record and a 52% chance of a top 4 pick.
Yeah, like the top 3 teams all have a 41% chance of getting a top 3 pick.
It's something like that. And they can only slide so deep, so the Knicks could be the 5 pick. But I mean, the Knicks have the worst record in the NBA, and it's it's higher odds that they're going to be the 4 or 5 pick than a 1, 2, or 3.
Why? Because 51?
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's tight, but it's just the new lotto odds.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think it's going to work out. You know who the top pick in the NHL is?
Who dat?
Jack Hughes.
Jay Hughes?
Jack Hughes. He's 17 years old. 5'10".
Is he for sure the lock?
That's what this article is telling me. Born in Orlando, Florida. Shout out Magic Sam. Listen to his personal life on Wikipedia, Jake.
Okay.
Hughes comes from a family of ice hockey athletes. His older brother, Quinn, was drafted 7th overall in the 2018 NHL entry draft by the Vancouver Canucks. His father, Jim Hughes, is a former hockey player and team captain for Providence College, and assistant coach for the Boston Bruins, and the director of player development for Toronto Maple Leafs. His mother, Eileen, played ice hockey, lacrosse, and soccer at the University of New Hampshire, and in 2012 was inducted into the University of New Hampshire Athletics Hall of Fame. She also played for the United States women's national ice hockey team and won a silver medal in the 1992 World Championships. His uncle, Marty, and his cousin, Teddy, were also both involved in ice hockey. Involved in ice hockey? What's that mean? Well, until the last line. It's pretty crazy. Like, okay, bred to be a hockey player.
Yeah, jock fam.
You were born to be hockey players.
Unfortunately, we're burying the lead again. Because Jim, the guy that this one random website I clicked for NHL mock draft has the Rangers drafting a guy named Capo Keiko.
How you spelling that?
Kaapo Kakko.
Capo Caco.
Capo Keiko? Capo Kakko? I mean, if this guy's in the big blue.
Is this going to be a very upsetting pronunciation of this name?
You'd like to think so. I mean, I sent it to you. I think I'm all over the first name. I mean, double A. Capo, I think, has to be the move. The Kakko, no idea.
Okay. I need to know how you pronounce this name. Where's he from? Can you tell me that? Finnish.
It looks like he's a Finnish lad.
I'm looking up how to pronounce it. Because if it's Capo Keiko, Capo Caco, is it Caco? Because that's funny.
I mean, it could be. I don't think you traditionally see that song from the.
All right, hold on. I got to put my ears on real quick.
Okay.
Caco.
Capo Caco?
Yeah.
What told you that? Just your computer?
I listened to a play-by-play where he scored.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't trust that announcer at all because he has no idea either. Before that game, he was doing the exact same thing we were doing. So we'll find out if he shows up in the streets in New York. But yeah, I love Capo Keiko Caco.
Are you nervous for him that once he establishes himself as an NHL player and then he has a couple bad games, all the headlines are going to say Crapo Caco?
No, I think it'd be like serious caca.
What if he becomes the captain of the Rangers and then he's Captain Capo? That's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's very.
And then
well
he has a bad game, and they're just Captain Crapo does it again. Feel bad.
Yeah, I don't. Good for him. Congrats, buddy.
Congrats
on being a top 5 NHL pick.
What do you think about DeGrom getting
not even picked by the Rangers yet? I'm fine with it. Baseball's baseball. That quality start streak or whatever is just ridiculous. Unbelievable. Especially like the start we saw him against the Yankees last year. He wasn't flashy, but he just worked through it. So I guess that's a little bit in my head. I mean, he's nuts. Mitch Garver got him twice, Jim. 2 Mitch Garver yabos.
Mitch Garver was waiting for the day he got to face DeGrom.
Yeah. And yeah, the Twins, man, 14-8.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think it's impossible for DeGrom to have an ERA the same he had last year now, with 6 earned runs in 1 game?
No, he'd have to go lights out again, and he can do that. I mean, it's tough to replicate that year, anyways. Like I'm not putting it on this start.
Yeah, it's incredibly tough. But
Yeah.
to have an ERA under 2, I don't know if you can have a 6 earned run start in the mix.
I think you could. You just get hot. Couple 7-0, 7-0, 7-0s. You're back on track.
What's the lowest ERA for a starting pitcher in recent years? Is it Kershaw? Looks like Kershaw had 1.69 in 2016. Does any
Gromer land last year?
I don't know. Does any part of you get pride that he played an AL team and they smoked him as an AL fan?
No, not at all.
What if it was? See, it was. I had that in my head for a little bit, but then it was at Citi Field, so it was a National League game. So I didn't have it. But if he had a DH involved, I totally wouldn't be able to control my own brain where I go, see, it's harder.
Yeah. Jim, after that game, DeGrom's ERA is 3.18. So
that's terrible. That's his worst. It's his worst ERA in a long time.
With one good start, he's back in the 2s. Yeah, I don't know. He's really good. I was kind of happy for the Mets. I mean, DeGrom got beat up, but they still put an 8 spot, so you get some entertainment out of there.
The Mets are a good team.
Yeah, man.
And they're being rewarded for not doing the service time game with Alonso.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Yeah. Nice that, karma. Good karma, I guess.
He was 1.7 ERA last year. Yeah, the ERA doesn't get to me because, I don't know, I think different things over years, different things happen with the ERA. ERA is not the best stat, nor, Jim, we'll do an inherited runners thing later on Talking Yanks, but the pitching is going to get more of an advanced stat revolution coming up. Like, I think the bats have found their core stuff and like OPS and that. I don't think it's FIP. I don't love FIP, but I think there's going to be a next pitching stats revolution coming up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything more than like just how much does one bomb game like this ruin your ERA. I wasn't trying to say he's going to have a bad season or anything.
Oh no, but I mean it's 3.18. He goes 7, 1 earned run next start. I think he's back in the.
I have my answer actually. It's not. He can still have a sub-2 ERA easily. In 2014, Kershaw pitched 27 games and finished with a 1.77 ERA. And in his 4th start of the season, he went 1.2 innings, 7 earned runs.
Would you look at that?
Well, would you look at that? So he can easily come back. But, dude, Kershaw's – you talk about a hot streak, Jake. The rest of this year for Kershaw, fuck. I love falling in love with Baseball Reference. It's just 8 innings, no earned runs, 9 innings, 1 earned runs, 9 innings, no earned runs, 9 innings, no earned runs, 9 innings, 1 earned run, 8 innings, no earned run. Kershaw. Yep. Kershaw and Trout. We're going to talk about them when we're old men and be like, I watched every game, but I never watched a full Kershaw game.
Almost no games, yeah.
Did Trout get hurt? Do you want to do national news? Here's national news.
Yeah, Jomboy, couple MLB injuries. Trout left with a thing, didn't look bad. Alex Bregman left with a thing, didn't look too bad. I don't think we have an update on either of them yet. And not really the news because the national news doesn't care about baseball. But what they do care about, the end of the NBA season, Jim, Magic Johnson steps down as president of the Lakers. One of the most bizarre things I've ever seen in sports. Held an impromptu press conference to announce it. Didn't talk to Jeannie Buss, the owner, and the person he has to step down with. We'll talk about that. Dirk retires in an awesome way. Dallas rolled out the red carpet. They love him there. He got some buckets in his last game. I think he landed on 30. He played against Jamal Crawford, who's 39 years old, hasn't officially retired, scores 50 for the Suns. Jamal Crawford, one of the best players, one of the best scorers that'll go unknown and be a trivia question in a few years. Dwayne basically retires in a mad way in Miami. He tried to jump on the table, kind of slipped. That was ugly. He should have made a better joke about it. Jim Masters, par 3 tournament today, and get your picks in. JJR, one and done golf. Professional sports bettor, biggest Jeopardy purse ever. That's fun. Missouri man's flashing lasers at Brady's. Don't care. In the playoff hockey stats tonight.
A lot of people retiring. Magic Johnson, Dirk, D-Wade, Trout.
Yeah? Trout not retiring.
No, not Michael Trout.
Excuse me?
Not Mike Trout. Different Trout.
You know a Trout who's retiring.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just
tell us about it. Tell us about it, because I don't think you do. You're lying.
Okay. No, I typed in Trout into Google, and then I clicked news because I wanted to know what's going on with Trout and the injury.
Right.
The Angels' win streak continues, but Mike Trout leaves with groin injury. You keep scrolling down. We got Trout opens, Coho, all kinds of fishing in Chicago, Midwest. Memorial Park Fishing Pond gets 500 rainbow trout. That's a good one. Keep scrolling. Trout robs a home run. Keep scrolling. Rare golden rainbow trout attracts wave of anglers. Keep scrolling. Windham, Minnesota trout fisher retires.
All right, so that's the Mike Trout update.
Mm-hmm.
The basketball's cool, man. I would go check out the Dirk ceremony. They did it so right, man. They brought in like just basketball icons. Like they didn't make it. You'd think Dallas would make it as a Dallas thing as possible, like bringing random guys like Cowboy players or something like that. No, they brought in like Scottie Pippen. They brought in Charles Barkley. They retired Dirk not as only a Dallas all-time great, but they retired him as just like an all-time great.
I watched it, the whole thing, and I watched Dirk's speech, and if I was a Dallas fan, I would eat it up and love it.
Yes, you would.
But I didn't really get moved or have any feelings about it. Because he was kind of just like, wow. Ugh.
Did you see him playing in the game after they did a highlight of all his charity work?
No, I just watched his Dirk speech.
Yeah, I mean, that was just at the end. And I mean, if you're not a fan of that team, I mean, you're obviously going to appreciate it on a different level. But between, I want to say, the third and the fourth quarter, they did like a video montage of all his charity work and everything good he's done in Dallas for 20 years. And he was like on the court crying. So you're a crier. You're already crying. Dwayne Wade, that was a little more Miami style, and then his big finale was he was going to jump on the table and put his arms up, and like he's done that a bunch before. Tries to jump on the table, doesn't stick the landing.
Whoa.
Yeah. And he gives out he says something like, that was pathetic, or something like that. It wasn't pathetic, because pathetic's enough self-deprecating that I'd like it. But he had a chance for a good joke there. He should have dropped like "This is why I'm retiring." But he was like, "Damn, I've planned this for 2 months and I just blew it."
He's been switching jerseys with everyone.
Yeah.
Wow. Show me the table jump. YouTube's the worst place on the entire. Oh, here it is. All right, running. Oh. So he jumps up once, but he doesn't have his balance, so has to pop back down, and then the second jump just completely falls.
Man down. Yeah.
Do you want to hear what he says, or let me tell you what he says? All right, here's the first jump. Has to get off. That was tragic. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
That's tough look, man.
Yeah, tragic. If you give me a little more self-deprecation there, I could get into it.
That's the game pushing you out.
Yeah, that's kindly get out of here. Dude, the other thing, and I might have you try to look at some of the Dirk actual game highlights. Doncic was having a blast. We like fun in sports, and like Dirk does a dunk and you know they were planning on it, and it's a lazy dunk, and you're expecting the sideline freak out. Doncic is just filled with pure joy. He's like screaming. He's a kid out there enjoying it.
It's his idol.
Dirk hits another three. Or Dirk hit the first 10 points of the games for the Mavericks, so that was cool too. But Dirk hit like a three at one point, and Doncic is just doing the full arm whirly bird. Like,
you think there was any? The Suns are trying to lose, or they've locked up losing. Do you think there's any? Do you remember when Jeter went to his last All-Star game? I forget who the pitcher was, but it was very clear he just gave Jeter a fastball right down the middle.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what happened here.
That's what happened here, too? Okay.
Jimmy, so Jamal Crawford is on the Suns. He's 39 years old. He goes for 50. So that Dirk got 30, Jamal Crawford got 50. So it was basically letting the old man rip out there.
Yeah. It was Veteran Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it kind of is nice.
And now Porzingis is going to take over? No, wait. Porzingis is going to take over, huh? He's going to be the new Dirk?
I think a lot of people would make a Doncic argument there, but that's a Dallas debate now. Don't care.
You're over Porzingis.
Yeah, man. Come back and play good ball, and I'll appreciate that from a distance. But
would you boo him if you got into an elevator and he was also in the elevator? Under your breath, just a slight boo.
No, I'd be like shocked. I'd be like, oh my God, you're so tall.
Yeah. How do you fit in this box?
This dude, he's like 7'3".
Yeah.
Like, here's some math for the people, Jim. You see like a 6'9" guy, and you're like, whoa, that guy is really tall. Put an extra half foot on him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'd be more so in awe. And Jimmy, we missed it on the local news there. Just another Knicks W, 2-game win streak, by the way.
I saw Knicks Film School was saying, like, what a great team.
Yeah. Dude, the Bulls. Oh, my God. I went on a rant on it on the Talking Knicks episode. I rant is such a hokey word now. But, dude, the Bulls roster and the guys they're playing is just – it blows my mind. Know how me and Ken used to be in the college dorms? Maybe you didn't see this. Me and Ken used to be in the college dorms, and if we were just bored, Ken would go through all the NBA rosters and ask me where the guys went to college. That was like our bored pastime. Pretty cool guy stuff for sure. And I used to be good. I mean, I used to be like a 90-95% clip. The Bulls roster right now, I mean, half the names are like shocking. Like, I know Felicio because he's from Brazil, but it's tough times in Chicago. The tank was on.
I just read. Never mind. I'll tell you after the game.
Okay, tell me at halftime.
Okay, I don't know. Again, let's go to half. I just read the text that our friend Rob sent us. His conversation with the girl yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think it's shareable on the show, but it is one of the funnier conversations.
Well, that's ain't that it?
Okay. How's your day going? We didn't really talk about Magic Johnson that much, but these reports come out that he didn't do anything for a while. Him saying he wants to be able to congratulate. Here's why I don't want to talk about it much. I don't have anything original to say. Everything that I'm going to say, you've heard someone else say.
Right.
But Magic Johnson said he wants to be able to congratulate other players in the league when they go off without feeling guilty about it. That's the biggest crock of shit ever.
Jimmy, the whole thing is the biggest crock of shit ever. So I saw the quotes and stuff, and you're like, okay, this is bizarre, huh? Wow, this is pretty weird. Jimmy, I saw the interview, and I got fueled with anger because this is a little bit of a hot take. Hot take and rants, Jake. Real cool, dude. Dude, if Magic Johnson, and there's a couple other guys out there, Isaiah Thomas, the original Isaiah Thomas, that they lived in the time period where athletes could just do whatever and flash a big smile and get away with it. Dude, Magic Johnson in that presser, everyone's shocked, and they're like, So like someone at the end, like he gives this whole BS-y thing. I want to congratulate players and I want to be me again. It was like a cheating boyfriend just trying to make up excuses for why he wants to break up with his girlfriend. And then at the end, he's like, Magic, turn it on. Let's get out of this one. He goes, well, I don't have a job right now. Is ESPN hiring? Ha 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 ha. And it's like so cringeworthy. It's like, dude, you just did something that I'd be embarrassed if my like 16-year-old nephew did. Like just quit a job by not doing anything. And he made up this whole excuse like, yeah, if I went in there, I know Jeannie wouldn't let me do it and we'd all end up crying. Okay, dude, that's literally like cheating ex-boyfriend breakup. And the whole thing is pathetic. And I looped Isaiah Thomas in because he ruined the Knicks for a little bit and he keeps getting jobs even though he's had like 3 sexual assault allegations, but it was before the Me Too movement. So these guys just have this like older athletes in the 80s, 90s could do nothing wrong. And now it comes off so poorly to me now. Maybe I'm fully off kilter, but that's what I see.
I think you're right in that back then, without social media, like you hear like David Cohn say, like they could go to the bar and just wreak havoc.
Yeah.
And it would only be a story like in that bar. Yeah, the Yankees came through. They fucked everyone up. They got in a fight. It was wild. And that's all it was.
Right.
And now, and they were king everywhere they went. And now it's people are just like, what? No. I feel like there's a lot more accountability with the internet, and there's a lot of bad things that come from it as well. So there is another side to that argument, but there's definitely more accountability on athletes. Even in the rap game, you see all this Kodak Black shit.
No.
All right, so this is weird that I know all this because
here we go.
I'm not part of this at all.
Jimmy's Kodak Black corner.
Nipsey Hussle gets shot, right, and dies, and it's terrible. And his longtime girlfriend, Lauren London, I think is her name. She is an attractive woman and very well respected. But anyway, Kodak Black. I have no idea who Kodak Black is. No idea. I learned his name when I read this article this morning. I didn't know who Nipsey Hussle was until he died either. That's how out of this world I am. But I was reading this article, and Kodak Black said on an Instagram Live, like, I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to give it like a year or two. But yeah, I'm going to holler at Lauren London when she's done because she's one of the realest girls in the game. And every rapper, like T.I., The Game, all these old school rappers were like, dude, shut your mouth. Like, just, she's grieving right now. Like, it's, like, it's real. Shut up. And Kodak Black came back with like, I didn't say anything wrong. Y'all know if Lauren hollered at you, you'd talk back. Don't care about Nipsey, something like that. And I was like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
And then Kodak came back and said, listen, this is great. She goes, listen, if Lauren London feels like I disrespected her, then I'm sorry, but I didn't. So that was his apology. Anyway, I was like, wow, shit, even the rap game's got like accountability now. People are like, dude, you can't say that.
Keep people in check.
Yeah. Is that the end of the half?
I think so.
I read the news today, oh boy, and the news was rather sad. Well, I just had to
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
Doctors discover 4 live bees feeding on the tears inside a woman's eye. A woman with a history of dog sex has been indicted for bank robbery. A Canadian family afraid of the U.S. medical costs drives from Florida to Quebec with their dead dad in the back seat. A Florida man filmed himself placing a cigarette in a alligator's mouth. Got arrested for other stuff too. An Uber driver dropped off passengers at the airport, then returned right to the house where he picked them up and robbed them. And charges were dropped against a man that was accused of abandoning his pet fish.
I read the news today, oh boy.
What you like?
Big fish episode, huh?
I saw your face just smirk up when I said that last headline.
The most fish has been discussed on JJR. We had a full trout segment that was actually about, well, I'd say 70% of it was about fish.
Yep.
And then abandoning your pet fish. That's I don't know that feeling.
You don't? You never like won a goldfish at a carnival and then had to abandon it?
No, man. You think I was letting that thing go? Are you kidding me?
I've abandoned some fish before.
Okay. And that's fine.
Maybe neglected. I think neglected's the better term.
So he was evicted from his home. Okay. And then left behind an unhealthy Oscar fish in the tank? What's an Oscar fish?
Oh, I think Taylor Glenn used to have Oscar fish in his tank all the time. I think they're they're like those ones that have that like mopey looking mouth.
I think you can say that about a lot of fish. I think that's the general fish rate. It looks, Jim, I don't want to put you in a corner here, but I Googled Oscar fish, and if you go to Google Images and look at Oscar fish, I see 10 different fish. There's not one reoccurring pattern in any of these.
The mopey mouth, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fish thing.
This one. Look at my mouth.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's
I think my friend Taylor Glenn used to have Oscar fish, and they would bite his finger.
Okay.
Didn't hurt, but they would do it.
So they released. Charges have been dropped.
What's he supposed to do?
It was supposed to be. They were doing animal cruelty charges.
But what's he supposed to do if you get evicted? You're supposed to take your fish tank with you? I guess you're supposed to find a home for it. Like, hey, I can't take care of this fish anymore. Not just let it die.
Yeah, I don't know. This story got sadder than I thought it would be.
Well, it's an abandoned pet story. Oh my god!
Well, he's also freeing a fish, so I was excited for that.
Netflix's new Planet Earth. You know, I don't have the warmest of hearts for animals. Like I don't have a cold heart, but I'm just not like your average human where everyone just like cries over everything.
You don't really care about animals.
Well, I cried watching this Netflix did a new Planet Earth, Jake.
Right.
And they show the effects of global warming and these walrus who usually sleep on the ice and then they go to the water. You
talking about the polar bears eating each other?
No, dude, it's so sad. It's so sad. So these walrus, they usually sleep on the ice, then they dive into the ocean, get their fish, and they go up to the ice. Now there's no ice. So they're very they're very protective of their space. Like they all need their own space, and there's thousands of them. So they climb to the top of this cliff where there's a flat right on the ocean side, but it's a really tough climb, and they get tired. So a lot of them they're just falling to their death. So the sea is littered with dead, and then the Planet Earth was filming it, and they had like slow-mo videos of them falling to their death.
Yeah.
And it's the saddest scene I've seen.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken.
You gotta check out I forget if it's the Netflix one or one of the other ones, but there's some pretty vivid images of polar bears eating other polar bears because they've been forced into cannibalism. Nice little giggle there, Jake. But it's a pretty gruesome image when you see a white polar bear covered in blood with a polar bear head in its mouth. So welcome to JJR. Yeah,
let's talk about this woman who has bees feeding on her tears.
I mean, I could get into this. I mean, saving the bees is a big thing lately.
This lady is saving the bees. She's feeding the bees. Oh, there's a picture?
Yeah, there is a picture. Yeah. Nope.
Oh my god.
No.
A young Taiwanese woman named He. That's cultural things, but imagine if this woman moved to America and told everyone her name was He. And then you talking about He, and you're like, he went to the grocery store. Who? He. Who's that? That girl over there.
Stuff.
It's a tough name to. I hope that she Moving to America would be rough with the name he or any English-speaking place. And yeah, she got bees living inside her eye. I have no idea how that even works. The picture is disgusting. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this Uber driver? This is scary stuff. Like, this has to have happened so many times. You get picked up from the airport. This is Home Alone. And then now the Uber driver knows you're gone. And, okay, I'll just go back to your house and rob you.
This is actually some really forward thinking because I've never put that together. But yeah, that's a genius move. Oh, so where you? Yeah, the Uber driver was really friendly. He asked so many details. Why do you ask the square footage of our house?
Crazy. This is in San Mateo. It's pretty close to the airport, like a 30-minute ride. So he didn't go that far out of his way. But there were surveillance cameras that saw him burglarizing. So he got caught. And he stole stuff from the home. So it has to happen. I mean, I'll say this. I would say this has happened a handful of times, percentage-wise. A lot of Uber drivers have been plagued with this idea and not acted on it because you can't, because they're good people. But just like the thought, wow, that entire house is empty right now and it's full of rich stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. My brain doesn't make that connect too well. And I mean, with Uber, it identifies and knows who you are. You'd kind of be the number one suspect. So I don't know.
That's why most people don't do it.
Right.
But I bet a lot of people have thought it and not acted on it.
Well, you could say that about anything, right?
I've gotten picked up from the airport, picked up and taken to the airport from the house a ton, and I've never crossed my mind like, oh shit, this guy knows that my house is empty now. I guess you just have a general trust in humanity and society, which for the most part works out.
And I think it's different if it's like, I mean, think about our age and stuff. Like if it's a family of 4, it's like a mom and dad and 2 kids, and they're like, yeah, we're going to France for a week. Like, I mean, a lot of the places I've lived have been either apartment buildings or the houses I've been lived in are shared. Like, it's not like our home is going to be empty or cleared out for a while, where there's a very clear line if you're a family that it's like, okay, this house is empty.
Yeah. It's true. Scary stuff. Trusting strangers.
It's the anxiety of getting older.
This Florida man, there was a crime spree. 19-year-old man was named as like, hey, I think it's this guy. So they went and arrested him. Philip Colby Harris, 19 years old, from Fort Myers, Florida. And when they arrested him, they went through his phone to see what's been going on. And they found videos of him like choking an alligator and slamming it and putting a cigarette in its mouth. And on the video, he was laughing and saying, haha, this is animal abuse. So now he's arrested for animal abuse.
Well, there's 2019 right there, huh?
Now, 2019 is at the top comment on this article from D is, oh, he's cute. Look at him. Let's save him. Talking about the man.
Maybe it was supposed to be ironical.
Maybe.
I do like that whoever wrote the article stated that it was a young alligator. Like, they didn't want to give him the credit of being like, yeah, he was hitting an alligator, because then we'd be walking away like, wow, this guy hit an alligator. Now that it's a young alligator,
only
you're full-blown bad guy.
Only 2 feet long.
Yeah.
What a dip.
Tossing it to the ground, pointing a handgun at it. Yeah, what a...
You think the alligator was frightened of the handgun?
The alligator should eat this guy's penis. Like, if we didn't evolve as a society, that would be the punishment from the queen or the king. And I think sometimes we need to mix that in. And like, that would keep the people in line a little better.
You mess with an alligator, he gets to eat your penis. Like
99% of the cases, you're just gonna get a normal, all right, yeah, dude, you're an idiot. You're what do you officially get accused of here? Like animal abuse?
No, he was arrested for like armed robbery and burglary. He was arrested for other things. Then while in jail, they looked at his phone and was like, oh, You also abused an animal once.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The burglary and grand theft were in 2017. So yeah, I mean, bad guy. But I think if there was a 1% chance that every time you went up there, like they spun a big wheel, and there's 100 things on them, and there's only one of them is like medieval time. Like the judge gets to make a medieval punishment. For this guy, it would be Gator gets to like eat your biscuits off. And like it sucks, but it would stop all gator abuse.
What about like a pinky finger? What if the gator gets to grab something toxic from the ocean or the lakes or ponds? You know, like he did a cigarette into the gator's mouth. Like go grab.
The gator has time for this?
Yeah. Just hear me out.
Gator wants to go on and live his life. He's an abuse victim. He wants to get as far away from this guy as possible.
The gator's dad, eye for an eye. He goes to find something toxic from the ocean and puts it in this guy's mouth.
Well, the gator's dad is retired, so he's got the time for it, but he still doesn't want to do that. So no, the gator's eating his junk. That's it.
What if a female does this? What's her punishment?
Eats the boobs.
Ooh. That sucks.
Hey, would it stop gator abuse? Would it lower gator abuse?
Think so.
I think so.
I wouldn't abuse a gator, knowing I had to get my penis bitten off.
Right?
And before this punishment, I was so pro gator abuse, personally.
You were, and it's been one of the black eyes on the show for a while.
Yeah, and I'm glad now I have this in my brain.
That's gone.
I've turned a corner. I'm a new man.
Better the day, it's the better the day, better the day, better the day.
Bet of the day. Jakey is on another win streak. He starts the week 2-0. The Celtics beat the Wizards by 6 points. The spread was 4.5. He's the best ever. He's now got his record above 500 for the first time in a long time, Jake.
Okay. A little dramatic there.
I'm trying to find it. Since, this is the 100th episode. Since March 14th, it's been 3.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks exactly. You went without having an above 500 record, and now you're there. You're the best ever.
All right, best ever. That's all you had to say, not the 3.5 week thing under 500. Yeah, it's free money. You're the biggest fool in town for going against me when I think I'm 6-1 in my last 7. There goes the dunce that abuses gators again. That's what they're saying in the Jersey Shore towns. It sucks, man, but you got to change your life.
I'm reformed. I was just reformed.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out how reformed you are in a minute. You can't just say I'm going to stop abusing gators. I need to see you stop abusing gators for a little bit. I wouldn't even hate seeing you come around and maybe become a pro Gator Foundation kind of guy.
Okay, I just started one.
That's not true. See, now you're just lying through your teeth. We're uncomfortable.
I just changed my Twitter handle to Good Gator Guy.
You're lying again. Now you're doubling down on life. You're no better than this Florida guy. Now you have to go spin the wheel, and you do not want that 1%.
I'm Good Gator Guy.
A gator just ate your balls.
That's fine.
Oh, and now he's going back for the penis.
Damn it.
Oh, and the guards lost track of him. He just ate you alive. You're dead.
There's guards in this scenario?
Well, yeah, they have to make sure he only eats your biscuits, but they fell asleep. So now you're dead.
I think you got a chunk of thigh.
Rest in peace, Jimmy. 5 stars. Put that. R.I.P. Jimmy. Jim, as mentioned, free money last night. Celtics came back, got the W because they're the Celtics and the Wizards are still the Wizards. Jimmy, James, Jomboy, the Knicks are in a special spot tonight. Magic Sam wants me to take his Magic, but I don't think it's a good bet. He's playing So if the Hornets win, they have a chance to make the playoffs. If the Knicks can beat the Pistons tonight, Magic Sam was trying to play the old coach card, and like players don't actually care, especially when one team can go to the playoffs and the other can't. Jim, so I'm going to the other game, and this is going to be some fun action. Last game of the year, Knicks Pistons. Pistons win and they are in the playoffs. So that's kind of the two-team playoff races, the Pistons and the Hornets in the East. Pistons are going to come out a little nervous.
Who's the home team?
The Knicks.
Knicks? Pistons.
The Knicks.
Why are the Pistons going to be nervous?
Because if they lose to the Knicks, there's a chance that they could not make the playoffs by losing to the Knicks.
Okay. But
Jimmy, the spread is 9.5. Detroit and the Knicks just played yesterday. The Knicks have nothing to lose. They're just going to come out bombing. And here's the deal. The Pistons have something to win, so they're going to win this game. But the spread is 9.5. And I'm taking the Knicks 9.5 points.
I am a loser on Bet of the Day. Terrible streak. I've lost a lot lately. You're on a hot streak.
Yep.
I disagree with what you think, though.
Well,
I just think from a fundamental standpoint, the Knicks are the worst team in the NBA officially.
Right. 2-game win streak.
The Pistons are making the playoffs.
If they win this game.
Yes, they're a playoff potential team.
Yes.
If the Pistons can't get up and smack the Knicks, that's ridiculous.
I think you're making my argument for me. Pistons are 1-4 in their last 5.
Oh shit! Knicks I forgot. Everyone makes the playoffs in the NBA.
That's not true.
They have they're a sub 500 team. The Pistons.
Yeah, 40-41. This is their chance to be 500.
Then I mean, my brain always works like the NFL and the MLB, where the top third makes
7-9 Seahawks. I mean,
yeah. Well, maybe then just MLB then, where like the top third makes it, not the top half.
Yeah.
So I thought I thought making the playoffs meant the Pistons were good. I forgot it doesn't. So I'm taking the Knicks. I agree with you.
Damn it. Well, that's probably a loser then, folks. Sorry.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't, but you convinced me.
I had you on the ropes. Damn. It's all right.
Why would the Knicks try in this game? You have a team that
because they can't do anything to their draft odds. That's why they've been winning these past 2. Like they're having a blast out there.
Do you think the players were actively trying to tank? I don't think the players ever actively try to tank.
No, the players are told to try their hardest, do their best. But it's a little bit of what the other teams are trying to do, right? Like I mentioned the Bulls roster. Like like the Bulls have better players. They're just not playing them right now. Lauri Markkanen, Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, some of the other guys. So you run into a little of that. But it's also like the Knicks the Knicks beat the Bulls like a week or 2 ago. And like the Knicks played all their starters like 35 minutes and let them play out there and ball out. So I think you can dictate what the players are allowed to do. And I think the Knicks go for that tonight. They're gonna have a lot of young, hungry guys out there trying to say they ended the season with a 20-point game, something like that. Pistons are going to come out tight because they know if they lose, they're going to be a laughing stock.
I hope for the sake of the Pistons, they blow the Knicks out.
They're going to win. They're not going to blow them out. There's going to be like some hugs and handshakes at the end when it's like 30 seconds left and the Pistons have a 5-point lead in the ball. They're going to be like, thank God.
Okay. What song do you want me to play? I don't want to play I Got a Feeling. I appreciate I Got a Feeling, so I'm not knocking
Frazier song.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing over there? Is our producer even listening?
I'm not knocking Jordan's pick of I Got a Feeling because it is a good song. And it does get the mood going. I just hate that song. I think it's
huge feeling song.
I think it's bad music. So that's the end of this show. Thank you guys for listening. We will see you tomorrow.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Mercy. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe, but I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do.
Telling you.
Salads and scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
They're calling again.
I think I've got you convinced for
Scrambled
Frasier.
eggs all over my face. What is a boy to do?